Hello, everyone. This is the last section of Chapter 4. Going through kind of a double thing here with the Senate and the House and the Senate. We're going to talk a little bit about tax, the last section, like I said, so very important here. First off, making decisions about taxes that are being performed by the government. The government gets most, if not all, of its revenue from us, the people, its constituents. That's why it's important that they listen to us. The taxes are the money that people and businesses pay to support the government. Uh, Things that taxes go towards are, most of it is a lot of socialist ideas such as Social Security, unemployment benefits, tariffs can also be taxed, Medicare, Medicaid, and welfare are all funded by taxes from us, the people, um, so on and so forth. Members from the House are selected and can only serve on this committee unless they apply for a waiver to be removed. So when it comes to the House and Ways and Means Committee is actually the committee that serves on appropriating money as far as taxes are concerned. And the House of Representatives, if you are selected to this committee, it's usually the elder um, congressional members that have been there for a while that understand how it works. But if you are selected, you have to actually apply for a waiver to be removed from that committee when it comes to making decisions about money. So some making decisions about taxes is the title of this slide. For many years, the committee's tax bills were debated on the House floor under a closed rule. What's a closed rule? Forbids members from offering any amendments to a bill from the floor. So once it's put on the floor, it has to be voted on. You cannot amend it. You cannot change it. You cannot offer anything. It's announced on the floor. No one can offer any changes to the bill. In the Senate, when it comes to taxes, they have a committee of their own. It's called the Committee on Finance, and they have any primary responsibility for tax matters. Once that's passed in the House, it will go to the Committee on Finance, and they will discuss with the committee from the House on whether or not that bill needs any changes to it, so on and so forth, before it goes to the Senate. Appropriating money. So appropriating money is usually is exactly what it sounds like, giving the money to for that bill. So Congress follows basically a two-step procedure with when it comes to tax money and appropriating money, giving that money, and it involves two bills. First, they need an authorization bill, okay, and then appropriating the money bill. Okay, so an authorization to approve a program, and then an appropriation bill to appropriate the money for that program that has been authorized. So just like I said, an authorization bill sets up a federal program, whatever it may be, and specifies how much money can be appropriated for it. So this is how much money gets appropriated for this. So here's the max, $25 million, okay, for this federal park. So they authorize it, okay. They set the limit at 25 million. This does not mean they get the money that they're going to get all the $25 million. That's the maximum money they can get. An appropriations bill is necessary next to receive the money that is going to be authorized. So they can appropriate however much money they feel the need to appropriate to that program at this point in time. It can be given and taken away. Okay, as we see, money gets taken away from Social Security all the time, gets put towards other matters like military, switched around. Presidents get questioned on this. If you look back in the history of the United States of America, money got taken away. During Reagan's presidency, a lot of social programs put towards elsewhere. Same with President Trump, same with President Obama, taking money from the military, giving it to things with social issues. Look at Lyndon Johnson's presidency, same type of thing. Took money from the civil rights movement, social issues, put it towards the Vietnam War. Okay, I got a lot of questioning about that. A lot of controversy over these issues when it comes to what to do with tax money, because this is our money. This is the people's money. That's why it's important that you vote. Okay, I hate people that complain about where their money's going or what's going on with their money, and they don't vote. Okay, so if you have a voice, it allows you to give you a voice to be able to authorize, basically talk about where this money's going to go and be able to get that done. So once the government program is authorized, and taxpayer money will be appropriated to fund that program. So a real short PowerPoint here. Both House and Senate Appropriations Committees have 12 subcommittees covering the same policy areas. These committees include, you can see them, Defense, Financial Services, Homeland Security, Interior, Agriculture, Food and Drug Administration. So the Food and Drug Administration, or whatever it may be, anything federal, you can look over there. The legislative branch gets their money from here. Military, veterans, state, foreign operations, transportation, housing and urban development. All these things are funded by tax money. So basically, these subcommittees decide how much money they actually need for the year, authorizing them, saying this is what we need, and then they will appropriate the money for that, whether it's the full or not the full amount. Some uncontrollables when it comes to taxes is what we call entitlement programs. These are expenditures the government is legally committed to by law. Some uncontrollables are known as entitlements because they are social programs that entitle individuals to a certain program or monetary benefit, like Social Security. Okay, so once you're 65 and you've been paying in the Social Security system, you will receive Social Security benefits, and that's an entitlement program. So they have to give these people money. Likewise, we have welfare, we have all these different types of things as well that can be considered entitlement programs. So literally the definition of entitlement programs is a program that establishes certain eligibility criteria, and anyone fitting that criteria may receive its benefits. We've seen this throughout time in our country, okay? Entitlement programs. Medicare and Social Security, like I said, are two of the biggest entitlement programs. Anyone meeting the eligibility requirements may receive benefits from the two programs. They don't really have a choice about how much money they're going to appropriate into this. It is uncontrollable. They have to put a certain amount of the taxes into this every year. They do pull from it if there's any extra funds, though. Entitlement programs are the most expensive portion of the federal budget and a major portion of our national debt. Let's take a look at kind of how our government in 2015, the fiscal year, and billions of dollars spent on entitlement program costs. So you can kind of see we paid 6% interest, $223 billion in interest. Healthcare, 25% is spent on healthcare, $937 billion. Social Security, $882 billion. So healthcare and Social Security really take up a large, vast majority of the federal budget. 49% of the federal budget in taxes is spent on healthcare and Social Security. So you can see why some people say, well, I want to vote for this person because he wants to cut Social Security or wants to cut healthcare and give it to maybe the Defense Department that only has 16%, or other things, other mandatory, okay? Or put it towards the interest of the, so we're not paying so much interest. Non-defense discretionary spending, okay, like businesses and different things like that. So depending on where we're putting the money, where it's going, it's going to depend a lot of times how people vote if you're voting financially, okay? It's very interesting stuff here. Like I said, what I want you to do after this is I want you to complete the 2 assignments we had prior to this, and just kind of go back over, and you're going to watch this video from Tom Ritchie. If you remember Tom Ritchie from chapter 1, section 1, when we talked about Hobbes and Locke, he was kind of the crazy guy. He talked about the Leviathan. He's going to do another little 6-minute video for you that I expect you to watch. Since we're not doing a lot today, I want you to get caught back up with your work. Make sure you're turning everything in. And he's going to talk about comparing the House and the Senate, which you guys did a little bit in your guided reading section of the Senate. Okay, so he's going to go back over that with you, kind of refresh your memory. You might want to go back and start studying. You're going to have your study guide here for a day or so, and then you're going to be expected to take the exam. So on Friday. So be ready for that. If you have any questions, please let me know. We're buzzing through here. We're getting stuff done. Remember, any online or cyber student that needs to contact me, you guys email me, and we can set up a chat. I don't mind. I'm really not doing the group chat right now. I didn't have a great turnout. So you email me based on your needs. If you feel like you need to have that face-to-face communication, interaction, just to clear things up, you want me to help go over terms or help study with the test. This is kind of difficult. We're talking about Congress. We're talking about taxes. We're talking about all these different kinds of things, a lot of different terms that we've gone over. Their study guide's going to be long. It's going to be big. The House schedules, the Senate schedules, the different leaders, the Speaker of the House Majority Leader, the Majority Whip, same thing with the minorities. all these different people. They're very tough. It's very confusing in a lot of sense, and you have to start learning them. Okay, so if you need help, please let me know. I'll communicate with you. We can talk for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and figure things out. Just get you on the right track. Okay. Make sure to watch that video. It's only 6 minutes. Have a nice day, everybody.